जनरल बेल, मैं जब रीड कर रहा था आपके बारे में तो एक इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्ट मेरे को और पता लगा दैट यू वर द फर्स्ट इंस्ट्रक्टर फॉर द फर्स्ट बैच ऑफ वुमेन ऑफिसर्स इन
Correct.
ओटीए.
That's right.
तो आई वांट टू हियर दैट एक्सपीरियंस कि लाइक वो कैसा मेरे, क्योंकि ना जो मैंने कमेंट पढ़ा था ना दैट वाज फ्रॉम एन ऑफिसर अबाउट यू दैट टुडे व्हाट आई एम इज बिकॉज, मतलब उसके पीछे जनरल बहल का बहुत बड़ा हाथ है. वो सोशल मीडिया पे पब्लिकली अवेलेबल है.
Yeah, it is there by number. Now, what happened that suddenly the army decided that ladies should be introduced into the armed forces. First, the lead was taken by the Navy, and then the Army. And as luck would have it, for whatever reasons, which the commandant of the OTA felt that I should be the platoon commander. We called platoon commanders.
Okay.
And the other terminology uses the DS, platoon DS, directing staff. That is the instructor. So they decided upon me to be the instructor. So what I can say is, of course, we prepared for it. You know, we had to prepare their accommodation. A little bit of safety arrangements had to be made.
Yeah.
The dresses had to be designed. It's not easy. Suddenly, you know, because you're in uniform, the same uniform is not applicable. Then their physical training tests, etc. So there was a lot of preparation which went, about 6 months went behind this, preparing to receive them.
Yes.
So they joined in September, and what I found was the most enthusiastic lot.
Okay.
Brilliant, extremely brilliant, full of energy, and to the extent that the energy had to be at times, you know, controlled, because that being the first time, a lot of selection, deep selection had taken place. Of course, today also it takes place. And then there was a lot of media attention.
Okay. It has to be.
Yeah, and it was in the backdrop that there were some misconduct allegations in the US Navy going around at that particular time.
Okay.
And it was a big thing, news which was making. So the army was also, you know, very careful. I never got any diktat to say that you got to be careful, because I assumed it was my responsibility to make sure that these 25 lady cadets have to be trained properly. They have to be, you know, they must pass out with high standards. It required a lot of effort on my part.
Absolutely.
You know, any misconduct, any incident, the media would have kind of...
And it was the first batch.
First batch. They would have blown it up.
Yes.
And so 5:30 onwards till about 11 o'clock, 6 months, that time there was only 6 months of training for them. I devoted myself to these lady cadets. I was present everywhere. A very good experience. And the best part of it is I still remain in touch with all of them.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that they have all done very well. They did well in the armed force during their tenure and subsequently also. And I must narrate to you that one of the lady cadets, when she would run, she would leave. She would be the first, and she would leave the gentleman cadet at least 200 to 300 meters behind. She's here in Chandigarh.
Okay.
And she's Lady Cadet 1001, Priya Jhingan, Major Priya Jhingan. She's written a book also about her journey.
Very
and
nice.
she stays here in Chandigarh itself. A very energetic lady, done well for herself.
Oh, wonderful.
So I'm in touch. There are 2-3 of them here in Chandigarh.
So I have a question here. Like, what difference do you feel like after women joined the Indian like forces as an officer? So is there any difference coming up, or like what like betterment you have felt, or what kind of vision now we see like with all the both the genders?
You see, initially it was very tough because officers are supposed to lead men,
Hmm.
and psychologically, culturally, it was a difficult thing for the entire, I think, lot
Mhm.
army to kind of accept their presence
Mhm. Mhm.
and their authority that they wish to exercise.
Right.
So there was reluctance,
Hmm.
there were teething problems, but today I must admit that they are seen as normal officers all around,
Yes. Yes.
and they are as good,
Hmm.
sometimes better in
Mhm.
many fields
Mhm.
with the as their the male counterparts.
Mhm.
They are there leading from the front,
Mhm.
and today they are commanding battalions. They have been given permanent commission
Mhm.
and doing very, very well. I think I would rate them as at par
Hmm.
with all our male officers,
Okay.
and we see them in every field today,
Oh,
which is very interesting. And
it
there
is.
is acceptance also.
Right. Right. Right.
Now, over a period of time, I'm talking about what, 93.
Hmm. Mhm.
Today, it's been 30 plus years.
Yes.
So there is acceptance which has taken place,
Yeah.
and the men have also accepted it.
Hmm.
So have the male colleagues,
Mhm. Mhm.
and they're very much a part of our army. And I think it gives a
Mhm.
there is a balance which needs to exist, and it's existing.
It is existing. Oh,
Yes.
great.
There was reluctance earlier, and
Hmm.
it happens with anything when you introduce something new.
Right. Right. Right.
So, but today it's accepted, doing well.
Yes.
You know, one is very proud of each and every lady officer
Mhm. Mhm.
who's there and contributing towards national security.
Yeah.